Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Shadow the Hedgehog.
The truth is hidden in my memories, but I don't know what I can trust about what I think I know. However, since this all started, something has begun to stir inside of me. I defeated the Doctor's giant robot and escaped the digital realm. I arrived aboard the space colony Ark. I don't know why, but this place seems so familiar. Inside the Ark's gravity-altering power plant, I found the 5th Chaos Emerald. There are only 2 emeralds left, but why do I know this place? The truth I seek is here on the Ark. Damn it! What does it all mean? These memories, the Doctor's actions and words. Nothing makes sense. Was it real?
It's been a long time, Shadow.
Who are you? And how do you know my name?
I know you, Shadow the Hedgehog. You killed everyone I loved. My family, Maria. I've been waiting all my life for this day.
What? Me? And Maria?
Maria was like a sister to me. She was the only family I knew. And because of you, she was killed. Witnessing it all, the plan to create that horrifying evil creature. That black creature and that insane professor who unleashed it all.
So, the professor created me with Black Doom?
You don't fool me! It's not just about Maria. Thanks to you, everyone I knew and loved was killed when the Ark was destroyed. Worst of all, my family! Finally, justice is served!
If what you say is true, then I will respectfully accept my fate.
You mean to tell me that you really don't remember a thing?
But I just need some time to uncover the real truth.
I would like to know how the gun commander got aboard the space colony Ark. Yes, it happened when we weren't looking. Anyways, let's finish up this slightly hero pathway with our final stage, Cosmic Fall.
Is this whole place collapsing? It looks like the whole Ark is falling apart around me.
It is, Shadow. This space colony Ark structure that we're on right now is our main gimmick here of the stage. Space colony Ark is falling apart around us. We only have 15 minutes to get out of here. All these platforms are going to be breaking apart, and we need to use these said breaking apart platforms to make our way to our next section. When a platform breaks apart like this, it's going to fall into the next section you need to go to. And right here, thankfully, we got ourselves a checkpoint. We need to be very careful in this stage. One wrong move, and we're falling down to our demise.
Look, Shadow. Once our army attacks, the Ark will fall. You must hurry on ahead and get the Chaos Emerald.
So the Dark mission here has us getting out of this stage by collecting the Chaos Emerald at the end. That is the mission we're going to be completing first here to end this current route playthrough. As once we get to the end, you're going to understand why. But Right now, we gotta be very careful here because these platforms, very awkward to platform on when they're just rotating around in these very slanted positions, so you want to take your time here. Even though it does seem like it's a really problematic thing, especially here when they say look down, you can't really look down because the camera can be weird. Trust us, there's a platform here. You're okay. Just take your time. But there's a lot of things about this level here that's very nerve-wracking, but the timer isn't really one of them, surprisingly enough. While 15 minutes doesn't sound like too much on paper, it's enough for you to take your time here and carefully platform around the area. Because a lot of this level has a lot of waiting around, so there's not much you can really do to influence a lot of that.
Well, it isn't Shadow! We have to make it to the computer room before this place collapses! You can give me a hand?
Give you a hand later, Vector. Right now, I'm kind of focused on getting out of here with the Chaos Emerald. Though, the hero mission is to find the said computer room. And the computer room's actually past where the Chaos Emerald lies. This is why I'm opting to do the Dark Mission first, as the Dark Mission is honestly the easier of the two because you're playing less of this said level. Cosmic Fall is probably one of the hardest stages in my opinion, just simply due to a lot of problematic stuff here. You got a lot of tight platforming, a lot of sections where you can easily just jump straight into the bottomless pit here and fall to your death. And not to mention that you are technically on a time limit, so it can be pretty stressful on the player. Even if you do feel like it's enough time, your anxiety levels do start creeping up a bit when you're seeing a timer tick down to 0. So that doesn't help things in this front. Needless to say, this stage has a lot going on. Let's just be very careful here, and as Black Doom said, jump over to our next platform and just wait this one out. This is one of the longest waiting sections here in Cosmic Falls. You're bound to probably hear an idle dialogue here from Shadow.
I've got to find out the truth.
I don't know if we're going to be finding out any truth here while just trying to survive, but maybe we'll find out something. Got ourselves some balloons here to pop open, giving us some rings. Not very much you can do in this section, so the devs took advantage of that and gave us some collectibles to get. Got a very nerve-wracking section here because these platforms, you know, being told to jump, there's really only so much we can do. I'm actually going to use my gun here to kind of angle myself and see where the platforms are before I fall. It's really helpful to have a weapon in this stage that you can use to just hover around an area and just get a gauge of where you're going before you make that jump. Doubly so in a section that has rotating platforms like that. Very, very nerve-wracking. If it wasn't hovering like that, I wouldn't have seen that platform below. So definitely make sure you always have a weapon on hand here, even if it's just for a simple, I'm going to hover in the air for a second just to get a gauge of my surroundings. I'm going to take this left path here because I do have some gun robots I can go ahead and shoot, which will give me more dark score. And we're close to having our meter filled, so if I can fill this soon, then we'll have ourselves some invincibility. And sure enough, dark meter is filled up, so now we have our Chaos Blast on standby, ready to go. Right here is the ending of the Dark Mission. Here's the Chaos Emerald, just in time for us to get out of the space colony Ark before we fall to our death.
Where am I from? Where am I going? Soon, the truth will be revealed.
Now that we collect ourselves our said Chaos Emerald, we have now completed the Dark Mission here in Cosmic Fall.
Perfect.
Shadow!
Doctor?
Hand those 6 Chaos Emeralds to me, like a good boy. You were once a great invention from my grandfather's past, but this is my time. Give me the Chaos Emeralds, and I will spare your life.
Doctor,
What?
this is something I must do on my own. I must uncover the truth. I made a promise to all the victims aboard the Ark.
This is nonsense!
You will obey me, or there will be dire consequences. I will not allow you to defile my grandfather's legacy. Now you'll get to see the destructive power of my strongest creation yet.
No, I think you made him mad!
Alright, Vector, why are you here? We didn't help you. Why are you with us? We helped Black Doom. You know what? Sure, you can help me at this point. That's fine. Let's get ourselves some Chaos Blast, and now with this, we can use it to attack Eggman. But first, let's get ourselves a bomb on the roulette here, because if we hit this one more time, he's gonna blow himself up. I'm gonna let him do that, and we're gonna hit him with a Chaos Blast. So just let him drop the bomb, and at this point, Chaos Blast away. At this point, we're just gonna be playing out the slot machine here, just to see what can we do here in this said fight to speed things up. So we got ourselves the rings. That means we should be going to the center of the arena, and there's where all the said rings are gonna pop out. Nice set of rings, huh? Lots and lots of rings, but now we're gonna wanna confront Eggman and hit one of those set switches. Come here, Eggman. There's only so much we can really do to speed up a fight like this, unfortunately. There's just not much you can do. At most, we can get the Eggman robots here and get me maybe a gun of some kind and build up our meter again by getting Shadow Fever. But at this point, we showed how we're gonna brute force this guy in the dark path. So here in the hero pathway instead, we're gonna just use this said opportunity to play with our luck and see how fast can we beat the Egg Dealer by getting ourselves some good rolls on the slots. Unfortunately, I was a little too close there. It took the damage, but you know what? That's fine. We're getting for looking away for 1 minute, but that doesn't really matter because rings aren't a problem here. It's mainly just time. Now we got Shadow Fever. Let's go ahead and use it once again. Do some damage to the Egg Dealer here. Hit ourselves another combination here on his said slots. This time it's going to be a bomb if I can hit the last one. The one on the right is always the most awkward to hit for whatever reason. But let's go ahead and use our said Chaos Blast, do some damage. He's gonna drop a bomb, and this should do it.
What? No! This can't be!
Begone. I will not allow you to defile the Ark with your presence.
Now with the Egg Dealer defeated, that was the Slightly Hero path, finishing on the dark side.
Perfect. Finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds.
You ungrateful little pest. Have you forgotten that it was my grandfather who created you?
I am Shadow the Hedgehog, the ultimate life form, born and raised aboard the Ark. I shall live on. I am the protector of the Ark. I am living proof of the ultimate life form. This is who I am.
What?
Leave now and never return. I won't allow anyone to violate the sacred Ark.
For completing the Slightly Hero pathway, we unlocked the Omochao gun. So now we got ourselves yet another new weapon to use next time we find ourselves a shadow box in any given level. But now we completed one of the two said endings here from the Slightly Hero pathway. You know the drill at this point. We gotta play our way back up to Cosmic Fall to see the second ending. So if you excuse me, I got a whole pathway levels to play once again, and I'll meet you back at Cosmic Fall. Alright, we're back at Cosmic Fall, and we're ready to take on the other mission here, the Hero mission. We need to make our way into a certain amount of this level to find Vector, and then he's going to ask for us to help him find the computer room. So that is what we're going to be doing. As I alluded to during the Dark mission, the computer room is past the Chaos Emerald, so we're going past where the Dark mission ended to finish the Hero mission here in Cosmic Fall. So a lot of the beginning part here, all the way up until where we get to the Dark mission's ending, is gonna be very much the same thing. But remember, we did get ourselves the Omochao gun by finishing up one of the 2 different bosses here in Cosmic Fall, meaning that we technically did complete the semi-hero path. So we do have a new weapon to play around with. At this point, we're going to be changing the enemies we focus on killing. Since we're going to be playing in the hero mission this time, we're going to want to actually take care of any of the aliens that we see along the path. But this here is the Omochao gun. This is a very interesting weapon, and it's going to be a little hard to showcase how it works to its fullest intent here in this kind of level, but we got 10 shots to work with here, so we're going to be very careful with our ammo. But this thing is essentially a laser gun that can bounce off walls. It's a very unique weapon here in Shadow the Hedgehog, but unfortunately we just don't really have that much ammo right now to work with, so I don't want to be using it all that frequently. But as you can see though, we can shoot it at enemies and it'll ricochet off of other enemies as well. So one bullet can hit multiple things at once, which is really convenient in this case when you don't have that much ammo. So we're gonna want to be very careful on our fall down here and continue forward, trying to use this said Omochao gun as sparingly as we can to make the most out of it. This guy, on the other hand, though, notice how we can't really attack him the same way because he does put up a shield. So if you want to really attack this guy, you have to hit him with his guard down, and the best way of doing that is wait for him to stop attacking, and then he will let his guard down. But I would just recommend just jumping into the said Black Arms alien, because that just works way better in comparison. So that was some extra points there. Probably not worth actually fighting that enemy in all honesty, but it's good to get our hero score up to make things a little bit easier for us to get the A rank here. Hello, Vector. Let's go ahead and help you find that said computer room at long last. There's only one computer room here, so it might as well just be another gold ring. So we gotta find that said computer room and go forward. This thing is an artificial chaos, and that does count towards our hero score, as we saw in the Dark mission, but I'm gonna be ignoring it this time around because I don't have that much ammunition to be wasting away at an artificial chaos. Because when you start attacking artificial chaos, they do separate into multiple different pieces, so they have a lot of health when you really break it down, and that's just an annoying enemy to fight with a gun like this. It'd be easier actually if I had a vacuum gun, because I could just instantly kill an artificial chaos by sucking it up. So the egg vacuum would be perfect against an artificial chaos. Not a machine gun, because you can just rapid fire and destroy all little pieces of that said enemy. Gonna just fire my Omochao gun here at these said flying aliens, being very, very careful with my footing here because there's just a lot of opportunities for me to fall. I'm gonna have to be very, very careful. And here we go. We got the longest waiting portion, so give us a little bit of some idle talk, Shadow.
What's wrong? Let's go!
I said Shadow, not Vector. Excuse me. I can't go anywhere. This is an automated section. I can't go any faster than this platform lets me. At this point, we are literally at the mercy of the level. So you hurry up, Vector. You find a way out of this situation. I can't do anything else. So we already know this section is, needless to say, really, really dangerous. So we're gonna just play things a little more loose and use our spin dash to just kind of get through here a little bit, well, easier. Not by much, because this section here isn't that much better. Oh, I almost failed that jump, because that would have been really bad. I gotta jump when this thing is going down, and I'm just gonna spin dash jump my way over to the next platform, because I just do not trust trying to make those jumps in any way. This section, as you can see, very, very precarious, and it's all just for a key. So yeah, needless to say, you don't really have to go this way, but we'll be back here later for that key. For now, we're just gonna take this platform and fall straight down to our next section here. And one of these big aliens once again. We know how to fight you at this point because trying to fight you normally, not easy. So I'm just gonna jump around and hit you with my said body. Because thankfully, just jumping, you have a pretty big hitbox with Shadow, so use that to your advantage. At this point, we're getting closer to where the goal ring should be located here. And at this point in time, we're gonna just use Chaos Control in this room to kind of just skip around and just not even have to worry about this said laser section. But here we are. This is the ending here for the dark path, but we're not gonna take that pathway. Instead, we're gonna wall jump around this section here and be very, very careful with our jumps so we don't fall down into the abyss. Very easy to do that if you're not careful. But let's go ahead and take this dash pad and go into a new section of Cosmic Fall that we haven't seen before. Hit this checkpoint for safety, and we got ourselves a gun walker here, so we're gonna wanna be using this walker to jump straight up, and we gotta go quick. As Vector is saying, these platforms, they won't last for that long, so we gotta jump our way up as fast as possible before these platforms crumble on our feet. Use these pulleys, we go straight up, and from here, we got ourselves another shadow box, so break this open, and now we can refill our said Omelchow gun, but while we're here, yeah, just give me all the artificial chaos pieces. I am not going to be fighting this thing normally. It's just going to be way too much. Now we can just fire one thing of bullets here, or I guess a couple Omelchow shots. You know what? No, we'll just use a gun walker instead, because this thing has a gun on it instead. Didn't even see this thing having a gun at first. That's my bad. But thankfully, this gun walker does have a gun, so we can just use this to destroy the artificial chaos instead. Don't necessarily have to do this. You can just get a move on, but it does help our score a bit, and it also keeps us safe. Here we're going to use the light speed trail we have in front of us. Light speed dash over to another dash pad. And once the camera adjusts, hold up to fall down onto a platform that has another dash pad. And that's pretty much this whole section we're going to be going through. We're going to be jumping up into the air, and then we're going to be falling down onto the next platform, hitting a dash pad, rinse and repeat until you're at the end of the section, falling straight down into some boost rings here. Let's line ourselves up to the said rings, and let's use these to get down below as fast as we can, but still be careful where we're aiming Shadow so we don't just fall down into space. Alright, let's grab this rocket. Has a little parachute so we can use this to correct our fall. Nice camera. I love seeing nothing but the above section where I can't really tell where I'm going. Grab ourselves another rocket here, and we'll shoot straight up. We found it. This is the computer room, but if you didn't want to come here, there is a checkpoint right next to the computer. So hit that and then select another checkpoint if you want to complete the dark mission, but right now, we want to finish up the hero mission.
For what reason do I exist? The answers are just up ahead.
Now we found ourselves a computer room. That completes the hero mission here in Cosmic Fall.
Perfect.
What is this defiance?
Black Doom, I need to know the truth. Am I the one the humans refer to as the evil one? Tell me. I need to know.
It is true. I created you. You are a part of me.
Hey, Shadow! You okay?
If that's true, then I'll have to accept my responsibilities for my crimes. I will avenge the victims who died aboard the Ark on that tragic day.
The humans seem to have convinced you with this absurdity. Therefore, I have no choice but to kill you too. Those humans have brainwashed you and your feeble mind. Allow me to remind you of the truth.
Don't listen to him! We need to defeat him!
Vector's right. We are now going to be fighting Black Doom. After all this time of working with Black Doom, but also fighting against him too, depending on what path you choose. we actually finally can confront him face to face, guns to whatever black magic this is. This is honestly a pretty interesting boss fight, but we have to be very, very careful here because Black Doom will be teleporting around the arena, and it's very easy to lose track of where he could be, and then he can just pop up on top of you and fire an attack. Thankfully, the camera does lock on to Black Doom when he does teleport around and comes back into view. So just be paying attention to where Black Doom would be. Now that we got ourselves Chaos Control, we can use this to attack Black Doom. But notice right now, my attacks are not working. And that is simply just because Black Doom himself is in a very specific state. Anytime he teleports, Black Doom doesn't allow you to attack him. So Chaos Control is not as useful in this boss fight as you would think. To fully utilize Chaos Control here, you're gonna wanna have a very specific weapon. Specifically, anything that's an automatic weapon would work here. So that rifle we picked up in the beginning, that's a good weapon to use for the said boss fight, because that will do a lot of damage to Black Doom when using Chaos Control. At this point, Black Doom only has a sliver of health left, so we're gonna wait until we can lock on here. And once we can, fire a missile at Black Doom, and that should do it.
You traitor! Do not think that this is over.
This is what I must do for my atonement.
Now with Black Doom defeated, that concludes the slightly hero pathway, this time around being a hero.
Perfect. Finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds.
Shadow, this isn't over yet. The Black Arms will rise again.
I am Shadow the Hedgehog, a research experiment gone deadly wrong. I've caused so much destruction. I should never have been created. This is who I am.
Hey, don't go there! Yet, things may not be what they seem. You could be.
Don't go there yet? Vector, what in the world? Dude, that is one of the darkest lines without context in this game. I know he didn't mean any harm by that line, but man, you weep between the lines for that one, and it's a little dark. Just saying. Anyways, back here in Cosmic Fall, we grabbed ourselves our first secret key. It's right on the first pulley section here, going towards one of your checkpoints. Want to make sure you're holding left, and that's how you grab your first key here. Our second key is right after the third checkpoint on this platform that falls straight upwards. Want to stay at a very specific spot here in the back right section to grab your key on the way up. But be careful where you stand on the said platform, because if you're too far onto the back of the platform, you could easily be standing on the part that breaks apart and falls down at this point in the Space Colony arc. So, needless to say, be careful where you stand, because if you stay on the wrong part, you're pretty much screwed. And the only way to save yourself is to fall off and respawn at a checkpoint.
Damn, not here.
Speaking of checkpoints, we're up here at checkpoint number 4, and we gotta be really careful with this key. We demonstrate grabbing this one in the hero mission, but this is a lot of tricky platforming, because we got all these rotating platforms here, rotating around, upside down, right side up, sideways, upways, downways. It doesn't matter how you really look at this. This section here is really nerve-wracking. You want to take your time in this section and use your spin dash here to your advantage to get more height in your jumps. Ideally, having a gun here can help hover around so you can get a gauge of where you're going, but if you don't have a gun, you can do a kick in the air, which will help realign Shadow, give you a little extra time to land on a platform. Make it through this entire nerve-wracking section, and you're getting yourself a secret key. Now, we're going on to the hero path where that computer room is located, past the 6th checkpoint. Want to use our jump vehicle here to climb up to the top here, grab ourselves this pulley, and once we get to the top section here where the shadow box is located, instead of going forward, we want to actually turn around here because there is a secret key right behind where the shadow box is located. But just like key number 3, this one is guarded by another platform rotating around. Now you could attempt to get this key with this jump vehicle because it does have a hover ability, but as you can see, the vehicle itself just cannot make that jump to this said secret key. So what you have to do here instead is time your jump very, very carefully here. I recommend not holding a gun in this section so Shadow can do one of his melee attacks in the air. That way you can stall in the air for a little bit of time to realign Shadow on the platform to grab your 4th key. Definitely one of the hardest keys to grab in the stage, which is saying a lot because key number 3 was also a pretty difficult key, and this final one is also pretty difficult because it's a one and done. This final key here is at the very end of the hero path here in Cosmic Fall. We need to take this said series of dash panels and fall straight down to where a rocket is located, but we don't want to go to where the rocket itself is. Instead, take only one of these dash pads, or if you feel like you're going to miss this key, avoid these dash pads altogether. But you want to fall down near where the rocket is located, because your final key is located on the top of the said pillar right next to the said rocket. So needless to say, this one, if you miss, you're gonna have to just go back to a previous checkpoint and try again, because you can only get this key when you're falling down to where this rocket is located. But now that we got ourselves all 5 secret keys, we need to head back to where that said secret door is located. And in this section, this is a good example. Be careful where exactly you're aiming Shadow while using the rocket, because it is very easy to jump off due to how the camera angle is adjusted there. But we're gonna make our way back over to a previous checkpoint here, right before the very end of the stud level. And inside this secret door is a switch that activates a whole bunch of light speed trail sections here. Now, if you're playing the dark mission, this isn't really all that useful, because the best you can get out of this is now you get the door opened up right for the ending that gives you an extra life. And you have a couple of light speed trails here that will make your journey a lot easier to get to the goal ring. But if you're playing the hero mission, this specific secret door is super useful, because this said section of light speed trails that are formed from the secret door go all the way until that said rocket section leading to where the computer room is located here in Cosmic Fall. So if you want an easier time making your way to essentially the second goal ring here in Cosmic Fall, then I recommend getting the 5 secret keys here and then using these to get to the computer room. Now mind you, this is really only something you're doing on a repeat playthrough if you're going for the A rank, because you're not going to be getting all these keys before you get to the computer room on your first go, because the final key is located next to the computer room. Sometimes it's just a shortcoming of how these secret keys are placed in these set levels. They can be placed in sections that are way past one of your set objectives, so it can be situational. But if you're going for the A rank, this set of lightspeed trail rings really do help, so I do think the secret door is worth going after, specifically for the hero mission. For the dark mission, it's alright, but it doesn't really help as much as it does for the hero mission. But that is it for the secret keys here, and all the missions now completed in Cosmic Fall. One of our hardest levels we've had so far, ending one of these pathways, but we made our way through it. But now with that said, enjoy the ending theme for the Slightly Hero pathway, The Chosen One, performed by A2.
Perfect.
I can't remember anything at all. I've been turning it all around. Oh, I'm sorry, oh so sorry. Is this what I have become? Wish I may, wish I might be someone else tonight. Sometimes I wish I was never born at all. And I'll try to save the world, 'cause in the end I know I'm the chosen one. I'm the chosen one. I can't remember what I used to be. Something's turning me upside down. You made me, and I loved you, but I can't change the things I've done. I'm the chosen one. Wish I may, wish I might be someone else tonight. Sometimes I wish I was never born at all. And I'll try to save the world, 'cause in the end I know I'm the chosen one. The chosen one. The chosen one.
For completing the other mission here in Cosmic Fall, basically beating the semi-hero path twice, we leveled up our Omochild gun to level 2, meaning the Omochild gun is as strong as it can be with the max ammo clip it can carry. But that is it for the semi-hero pathway, making another path fully completed here in Shadow the Hedgehog. As we can see, completing the dark portion of the semi-hero path got us the funeral procession in space ending, and the hero path got us lost to the universe abyss pathway here. So with these two pathways completed, that is another storyline completed here in Shadow the Hedgehog, and we have ourselves two more branching paths to explore, the very top portion and the very bottom portion here of the leveled map. But that is something that we will be doing next time around. Next time on Let's Play Shadow the Hedgehog, we'll be jumping back into a new campaign yet again and starting up another pathway. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.